I mean, it was cool. It was super cool. Yeah, definitely way more than I expected. But when you see something that works really well, you intuitively think about how it can be applied, not only to my practice, but greater applications for other subspecialties, other acute issues that, in remote areas, this technology could do incredible things. I mean, I don't even know where to start. The ability to get data not only on how hard you have to maneuver wires and devices, how much effort or force you're putting in to move things, I think provides a lot of insight into just the technical aspects of how we do these endovascular procedures in a way that's a lot less artistic and esoteric than historically it's always been. As a trainee, you're assisting your faculty and you see them move the wire in a way that you want to be able to move your wire like, but you don't really know how hard they're pushing or what type of effort they're applying. But this technology allows you to see in real time not only how you do the procedure, but how much force is required to do it. Move a wire, move a catheter, how to spin a wire, how many revolutions somebody who's crossing a lesion is utilizing. And then just even more simply, the digitalization of angioplasty, seeing how a balloon is inflated, the atmospheric pressure to which it's taken to for the amount of time on a graph, I think has the potential to sort of improve technically how we even just do conventional angioplasty without the robot. So I think that there's a lot of potential, not only for care delivery, but understanding technically how to do things in a better way. And I think that's super exciting. I think it just goes back to objectively understanding how much effort is put into doing these cases, how hard you're pushing, how you're moving things. When you think about any high-level athlete today and the training that goes into developing a youth athlete, to a collegiate athlete, to a professional athlete, we understand so many different aspects of what makes someone great beyond, having a good work ethic. We understand nutrition better. We understand practice better. We understand technique better than we ever have before. And I think the data you can glean from this technology will allow us to train physicians in the same way, to understand what makes an excellent operator technically, so that people can be trained better, more effectively, and ultimately that means better care for our patients. The tactile feedback. I've played on these endo simulators before. One of the things that has always been lacking is what it feels like to maneuver the wire in space and the resistance you always feel due to the friction within the system. And I was really surprised to see how everything correlated in a really truthfully, like a one-to-one fashion. I could move the wire the way I wanted to move the wire, and it felt like I was manipulating the actual wire inside the body despite being 50 feet away. I think this is really exciting technology. I think its application on a day-to-day basis, easy cases, I can see it pretty easily fitting into my practice, obviously, if I start using it more frequently, but the implications it has to deliver emergency care in remote areas, I think is pretty exciting. I don't do stroke work, but using it to treat strokes in rural America, it seems like a no-brainer. Yeah, it's awesome.